Last video of October, everyone. It's almost the end. Has it been for you guys so far? I can already say that I really enjoyed making this series of videos. I think I made the most of this exam this year. If you haven't watched the first two videos, my art school uses Inktober as an illustration exam with a few additional rules. One of them being that we only participate every 2 days, plus the very last day, so that both classes have 16 drawings to make. The only difference with today's video is that I will also show you all the artworks I've been making aside from the actual Inktober drawings, model sheets, turnarounds, etc., because I'm still in an animation major, so there's always a lot to do, and I'll reveal my favorite and least favorite drawing out of the bunch. That being said, today's first prompt is Expedition. As a recap of the story so far, a little virus beats up the antiviruses that were following her so she can freely make a mess in people's data. One user managed to delete her for a while, but she escaped from the trash can through a breach. She goes on to steal data from online drivers and find someone else like her. In this drawing, he's leading her to some heavily protected information, so she's intrigued. The second prompt is Camera, and I have to make a quick warning. I'm about to use some very specific art supply. You won't find it in every art shop, so I'm very lucky I could find and afford it. I know, I shouldn't show off like that, but it took a lot of research inside my bedroom to find the right tool for a circle this size. And look, this may be a hot take, but ravioli cans can do the trick just as well. You don't have to go all fancy like me and my family-sized couscous. Warning aside, a little virus is now climbing the lock while being watched by the camera head of the mysterious new companion. It was a bit hard to get the shine on the lens right with only flat black and white. I hope we can identify what it's supposed to represent at least, but yeah, it's not my best one. I didn't want to take too much risks with the hatching in the circle because it's a small drawing already and it could easily get cluttered. I reserved it for the head of the bot, so I could communicate that it's supposed to be a sphere. I work on the line weight again, as usual, and this time it wasn't really necessary because most of it will be drawn in black. Yeah, very presumptuous of me to expect my dying alcohol marker to do the work one last time, but it hasn't completely failed me yet, so I don't lose hope. I was about to comment on the difficulty of the hatching technique today and how I was pretty happy with the clean result, but it just looks like a big bowl of pétanque. Maybe not, but I can't unsee it now, so anyway, I have to thank my black marker for its support all throughout this half Inktober, because I was pretty rough with it on the first drawings and it didn't die completely in the end, so thank you for your service. Moving on to prompt 28, Jumbo. Again, a pretty confusing translation to make, so I chose whatever benefited me the most, and I went for the sort of drum. I just needed her to punch something because the last drawings were too calm. Right here, she is exploding the lock placed on the secret information the other character was trying to show her. He's still watching her every move, from the ground by the way. I'd say it's the most comic book illustration out of the 16. I'm using line of actions to communicate the movement. I find it really efficient even if I'm not very familiar with it. Sorry if my sketchbook moves a lot out of the frame for a while. I tend to forget I have a camera on. At least the main subject is visible. Honestly, this series of videos really taught me a few things about filming myself while drawing. I was a bit nervous for the first drawings. I had to cut out a lot of long bits where nothing was happening on camera because I was hesitant or distracted. Basically, I was filming during certain hours of the day. I don't have any great equipment, but I don't think it should stop anyone from posting videos, and I really wanted to share this experience. And no transition, prompt number 30, Violin. And this one has a special place in my heart because I immediately thought about one specific violinist I found on YouTube, Miguel Lázaro. You're listening to his cover of No Tomorrow from the Silent Hill soundtrack by Akira Yamaoka. And it's probably my favorite violin music of all, so if I had to choose a video to keep me focused for 2 minutes and 40 seconds, that would be this one. And that's what the camera bot chooses for our little virus to discover when she unlocks the security system. I'm already a huge fan of the Silent Hill soundtrack and concept, so I really connected with Miguel Lázaro's work. I think the music speaks for itself, so please enjoy. You'll find the original video in the description, just like every other music I used. And finally, the last drawing of Inktober, the prompt landmark. And that's where the journey of little Virus ends. The camera bot was spying on her all this time and has managed to trap her inside this computer. He's the one who freed her from the trash can, only so he could test her later on the security system he invented. And she passed the test. She's too dangerous to be let out. So he distracted her with beautiful music while plotting her demise. But in a way, maybe he saved her from an aimless life of theft and solitude. Now she gets to listen to music inside her own computer where she can build her little world. You can picture it as a tragic or happy ending. I'm not set on anything definitive myself. Maybe she's completely helpless and will go insane if let on her own for too long. Maybe she'll find a way out eventually, wrecking every technology she encounters on her way out as a revenge. Either way, I'm really happy with the story and my little character. But it could have been much more different had I gone for one of the other designs. I'll show you everything once I'm done with this one. And as you can see, I haven't come up with a proper name for her, so feel free to give me your ideas in the comments. For now, it's Little Virus. I'm glad I could use the chain pattern in this last illustration. We saw it at the beginning with the prompt exotic, so it's nice to finish up with it. And before I reveal all the 16 artworks, I'd like to show you some poses and turnarounds I had to make for 3 different characters before settling on the one I used all throughout this month. As you can see, I used various anatomies according to the ones I was given, and finally made an animated turnaround for the chosen one. Here's my full Inktober series now. And as promised, the ugly duckling of the bunch to me is what I made for the prompt expedition. I find it pretty empty and emotionless. I wanted the lock to feel intimidating, but it didn't. 4 out of 10. And my favorite one is Rome. I love the black background, the expression, the energy in the pose and perspective, and all the details. Best one. I hope you enjoyed the story as well as the illustrations, and thank you for watching!